Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Beat. Welcome to my ever so slightly changed setup. I have a new chair that you cannot see. Let's see if you can, I can adjust you just a little bit. I like it. It is blue, it is cute. My old chair broke while I was sitting in it. It wasn't too bad, I didn't get hurt or anything. I actually continued to use it for a week or two after it was broken, but it died. So, this is my finale for the Drop 10 by Summer Project Pan. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab. I am not part of the Fantastic Ladies, but I decided to join in anyway. This is actually going up several days early, I think, because, drum roll please, I actually finished all of the products. So, I am really excited to get into that portion of the video. There's also a weight loss component to this challenge that was totally optional. I decided to try to participate, but I think I lost all of 3 pounds over the course of the 3 months. So, you know, 1 pound a month. But I have made some changes that I feel are sustainable, and I think that I will continue to get closer to my goals in that area as summer progresses. So, yay! So now that we've got the boring part of the update out of the way, let's get into the part that everyone clicked on this video for, which is the beauty products. I decided to go with 5 non-makeup products and 5 makeup products. By the previous update, I had finished my goal, or met my goals, on 5 products. I had met my goal on 2 lip products, both of which my goal was to finish, as well as a body wash and another item that I cannot recall for the life of me. Anyway, I also actually met my goal on a 5th item, though I completely forgot to mention it in that video, and it was a Soul Body shimmering dry oil. This is clearly not the one that I met my goal on. My other one was in platinum. It was like a light gold shade. Again, not the shade that platinum is, but we'll go with it. And it was one of the ones that separates when it's sitting around for a while. And I used that up. And I forgot to save the packaging. If you need visual evidence that I did indeed finish this product, I talked about it in my most recent empties video, which will be linked up in the cards. I don't know what happened to make you so distrusting of other project panners, but you know, it's all good. There's evidence. Anyway, the product that this is standing in for is long finished and entirely out of my collection, not even in my house anymore. So now let's get to the 2 non-beauty products that I had remaining in this project. The first is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Water Gel Moisturizer. And I started this project right at this line, so I had a little bit more than half of the product left to go. By update 1, I was down to this green line. Update 2, I was at the pink, and I finished this, I would say, probably a week and a half ago or so. I like this. I think it is a nice daytime moisturizer. It feels like coagulated water in this kind of weird way. That sounds disgusting, but it's really quite a nice feeling on the skin. It is a little bit cooling. It sinks in really quickly. I enjoyed this, but I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase it. It's a good product. I don't think it's great, but I did use it up. And you know what? I've had a lid sitting on my vanity that I could not figure out what it belonged to. I bet this is it. I think I just solved the mystery. Like, I am Sherlock Holmes. The mystery is solved. Next up, I was working on my Skylar Coco Colada rollerball. This, I believe, is a 10 mil rollerball. I don't know why I'm trying to read this. Yes, it is indeed a 10 mil. And my goal was to get to to the point of being halfway down this label. So I've met that goal. At the beginning of the project, I was up here at this light green line. Then I moved to this second green line at the first update. Second update, I was at the pink line, and I used a lot of this in the past month, or actually in the past 3 weeks or so, to reach this blue line. I really like this scent. I think that it smells very much like pineapple with a little bit of a creamy coconut note to it. It's really nice. It's very pleasant. I don't think the reason that I was able to use so much of this in the past month is really that I was honing in on this particular product more than I had been over the 2 months prior. I think a good chunk of it was that if I wasn't using this, I was using a body spray rather than a perfume, so I was just needing to reapply fragrance a little bit more often during the day. And this, while lovely, is not super long lasting. It was the kind of thing where I would need to reapply probably every 4 hours or so if I wanted a continuous pineapple coconut scent, which I usually did because this is really lovely. Anyway, I've hit my goal on that, and I think I've got probably another year left with this product. I don't imagine this is something I'll want to wear super often through fall and winter, and there's definitely enough in here to last me all the way through summer. I think that's great. That is about the rate at which I want to be working through fragrance. Having it for roughly 2 years, that seems about right to me. Now let's transition to makeup. Like I mentioned earlier, I have finished 2 of the makeup products that were in this project. The first was a NARS Laguna Mini Afterglow Lip Balm. I finished that completely. The second was a mini Tarte H2O gloss, I believe is the proper name of the product. It was in the shade Villa. It was a light peachy gloss, and it's gone. So I have 3 products remaining. My goals for all of these were usage-based. The first comes from Benefit. This is my Cheek Leaders Mini Pink Squad palette. And following Jaylon's example over at J Loves Makeup, I will have her channel linked down below. I decided to pull in California. My goal was to use this 15 times. At the last update, I believe I was sitting at 10 or 11 uses, and I used it the remaining 4 or 5 times to hit my 15. This is a really pretty blush. It is sort of it is a baked formula. I was going to say it's sort of a baked formula. It is a baked formula, so it doesn't go down very quickly, even though I've probably used this blush 50 plus times. It still has a good chunk of the embossing left. It is very pretty. It's kind of a brighter pinky coral with some sheen. I like this a lot. I think it was a great color to bring in for this spring into summer timeline, and I enjoyed getting my 15 uses on it. I also brought in a second face trio. This is the Girls Getaway trio from the Balm, and I was working on the deepest shade in this palette, which is Balm Desert. My goal with this one was to use it 20 times, and I've actually exceeded that goal. I hit 20 uses probably a week or so ago, and I've worn it at least twice since then, including today. I contoured a little bit with this shade today. It's been on for quite a while, so I don't know how well it's still holding up. You know, I can still see it. So not exactly an unclockable contour, but I do like the effect that this gives. I think you can tell by the dirty section in between these 2 powders that I would often mix it with Balm Beach. I found that Balm Desert by itself is a little too deep and almost a little bit too gray toned almost to look like a great bronzer by itself on me. However, mixed with a little bit of Balm Beach, it looks a lot more natural. And I found that I was able to use it over a much larger surface area than I could use Balm Desert by itself. Mixed together, I could apply this pretty much all over my face, my neck, my shoulders. I am extra fair this year because I've been really good with sunscreen, and I've just been wanting to warm up my complexion a lot more than I have in the past. And then the final product that I was working on is my Colourpop Cabana Club palette. Now my goal with this was twofold. First, I wanted to use the palette 20 times, which goal met. I think it was sitting at like 16 uses at my last update. But additionally, I wanted to use each of the 12 shades in this palette at least 2 times, and I had already met that goal by the last update. So here's what this palette looks like. Overall, I am very impressed with this palette. It's a palette that I really enjoyed playing with. The only shade that I really don't like in this palette is this blue. I would guess that this is a pressed pigment. I'm not 100% sure. Let me look at the back. Yes, it is. It's this deep matte blue. It's super pigmented. I just found it a little bit hard to work with. And I'm going to keep this shade around because I have actually found some uses for it. It really came in handy when I did that Madonna look a couple of months ago. Again, I'll have that linked up in the cards if you're interested, but it's just not a shade that I want to use day to day. I think I might move this into one of my bigger palettes. I was thinking Play It Jewel. I kind of thought that it might be nice to stick that deep blue in Play It Jewel and then maybe pop out this lighter shimmery blue or maybe this teal just to round out this palette. I find that the way I tend to use smaller palettes is actually as contained looks. With bigger palettes like these, I find myself more treating it like a collection of singles. I think I might use this blue and the teal a little bit more if I switched them, but in any case, that's not the goal of this project. The goal of this project was to get some use on this palette, find out how I felt about it, really get my feelings straight, and I think I've done that. I mean, I've used it 20 plus times over the course of this project. I think I'm at like 35-ish uses on this palette overall, and I definitely have my feelings. So I would say that this project was a huge success. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I really like this style of project. I would be really interested in doing some more of these 3-month projects. If you are aware of any organized projects that kind of hit this 3-month, 5 to 10 product limits, I would be really interested in hearing about them. Otherwise, I just might do them myself. I like having a little bit more of a contained set of products and a little bit of a shorter timeline. I found that very motivating. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this project. If you did, definitely check out some of the other Drop 10 by Summer project pans. I believe that people were updating this both on YouTube and on Instagram, so there's quite a bit of content to consume, I'm sure. Thank you again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!